welcome to my channel. So our today's topic is direct pulp capping. Why do we do pulp capping? Because it is our attempt to preserve the pulp vitality, right? And what is the procedure of pulp capping? As you can see in the picture, exposed vital pulp is covered with a protective dressing or base placed directly over the site of exposure in an attempt to preserve the pulp vitality. Now let's see the indications. First of all, the tooth should be asymptomatic, which means no spontaneous pain, normal response to thermal testing, and pulp is vital before the operative procedure. This is must, then and then you can proceed for direct pulp capping, and the exposure should be small, it should be less than 0.5 mm in diameter. Hemorrhage from the exposure site is easily controlled within 10 minutes. The exposure occurred is clean and uncontaminated. So these are the indications for direct pulp capping. Now let's see the technique. Two techniques have demonstrated success with direct pulp capping: calcium hydroxide technique and MTA technique. Caries removal is accomplished with number 2 carbide burr, as you can see in the image, and spoon excavators. Now we'll study this flowchart for the clinical protocol for direct pulp capping. First of all, we'll give the anesthesia and we'll isolate the tooth under rubber dam. Then hemostasis with 6% sodium hypochlorite within 10 minutes. After that, we can choose any of the two techniques. If we choose calcium hydroxide technique, then we'll place calcium hydroxide directly over the exposed site, and then we'll give resin modified glass ionomer cement base, and over which we'll give the final restoration of bonded composite or amalgam. In the MTA technique, we can do it two ways. Either we can give interim restoration with moist cotton pallet and unbonded composite, and after 5 to 10 days, final restoration with bonded composite or amalgam can be given. And other way is resin modified glass ionomer cement base followed by immediately with a final restoration of bonded composite or amalgam. Now, what are the factors which affect the success or failure of our direct pulp capping procedures? First of all, size of the exposure, with larger exposures having lower healing potential than smaller pinpoint exposures. Then the second critical factor is time gap between the exposure and the pulp capping procedure is very critical. As longer the time gap, higher the chances of bacterial micro leakage and contamination of the pulp space. Mechanical exposures should be pulp capped immediately. And caries versus mechanical exposure, prognosis is good with mechanical exposure because caries pulpal exposure is normally associated with inflammation and subsequent necrosis. Hence, mechanical exposure always have a better prognosis than a caries exposure. So guys, this was all about direct pulp capping. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.